I'm Carol Andrews for another episode of Southwest TV News. Here are some of the stories coming up on today's show. The weather over the past several weeks has been all over the map, from mild melting conditions to another dump of snow, leaving local residents pulling out their shovels and snow blowers once again. Music fans from across the region packed the Lyric Theatre in Swift Current for the annual Stir Crazy Blues Festival. It was 3 solid nights of entertainment as performers took to the stage with an array of musical styles. A former Swift Current resident's dreams are coming true on the big screen, and now he's had a taste of an Oscar win. Thanks for joining us here today. March rolled in with an intense snowstorm across southern Saskatchewan, leaving many wondering when and if spring will finally arrive. In this report, we take a closer look at the long-term weather outlook. The weather over the past several weeks has been all over the map, from mild melting conditions to another dump of snow, leaving local residents pulling out their shovels and snow blowers once again. According to David Phillips of Environment Canada, this is typical spring weather on the prairies.
On an average year, 32% of your annual snowfall occurs after the 1st of March. So to suggest that the white stuff should be ending now is a little premature. We sometimes see that in some years, but it's on the average. You're still shoveling it and plowing it and pushing it through March and maybe into April.
And as we all await the first official day of spring, Phillips outlines a promising forecast for the months ahead.
Our models are showing for the month of March, we're saying near normal conditions. And near normal precipitation. Now we go beyond that. If we look at the real spring period, the April, the May period, the good news is that we're showing some, at least in southern Saskatchewan, we're showing a warmer trend, warming up, and with near normal amounts of precipitation. And then if we go beyond that, my gosh, we're looking at a very warm May, June, July. We're calling for it to be warmer than normal. So that maybe help you forget the kind of rather long and sometimes tough winter that you've had this year.
The normal high for this time of the year is 0, with an overnight low of -10. The short-term forecast for the coming week is calling for sunshine and above normal temperatures.
Trust the team at Pinnacle Financial to help you reach your financial goals. Whether you require personal or corporate income tax planning, bookkeeping, management consulting, or full-service mortgage brokering, our expert team has you covered. Contact us today to begin your climb to the top.
Hello?
Hey, Mom. Chris has a fever, but I can't remember the number for Healthline.
They just changed it. The Healthline number is now 811.
That's easy. Thanks, Mom.
Healthline 811. Professional health advice 24/7.
Our company helps tell your story and provides you with a solution on how to market your business. Because making a great video is only half the equation. You have to know how to use it.
We have done major.
The annual Stir Crazy Blues Festival was another success in Swift Current, with a number of world-class entertainers taking to the stage. Music fans from across the region packed the Lyric Theatre in Swift Current for the annual Stir Crazy Blues Festival. It was 3 solid nights of entertainment as performers took to the stage with an array of musical styles, including the Vancouver duo The Harpoonist and the Axe Murderer, who brought their blues rock sound to the Swift Current audience. Shakura Saida rounded out the showcase with her R&B gospel-infused performance. This Juno-nominated artist was born in New York and grew up in Toronto and Switzerland, and says she was influenced by a range of artists, including Etta James, Billie Holiday, and Nina Simone.
Music was always around, and I think it was just a natural part of my life and a part of my breath without me even knowing it. And then as a teenager, I got more into singing and was encouraged by a teacher to be a singer. And when she said that, I said, okay. And that's what I did. And that's what I've been doing ever since.
And as she brought the house down with each song on stage, Shakura says she enjoys the intimate settings of venues such as the Lyric Theatre.
I need to know that I've touched at least one person or that I've connected with at least one person in the audience at each show. I don't try to reach the whole audience, I just try to reach that one person. And
from the resounding applause, she connected with a good portion of the stir-crazy crowd. And with another stellar lineup on stage and sold-out shows throughout the weekend, festival organizer Shan Gowan was pleased with the 2013 attendance.
They've been a different crowd every night, which is good. I like that. So, and it's been a different kind of blues music each night. So it's been good. It's been really, really good.
The Stir Crazy Blues Festival has become a must-attend attraction over the past 7 years and generally occurs during the last weekend of February into early March. The following is a paid political commentary by David Anderson, MP for Cypress Hills Grasslands, and does not in any way reflect the opinion of Southwest TV News.
This is David Anderson, your Member of Parliament for Cypress Hills Grasslands. Welcome to the Anderson Report from Parliament Hill. Sharing information about issues with you is very important to me, and this is another way of doing that. Saskatchewan's economy continues to be very strong. The latest economic indicators from Stats Can show our unemployment rate is down even further to 4%, which is basically full employment, while employment numbers are up by about 1.5%. Manufacturing continues to be strong, and resources and agriculture both underpin our economy. Our federal government has been able to work with the provincial government to lower taxes and to create opportunity. One of the issues that we've been concerned about has been the integrity of the EI system. Every year, hundreds of millions of dollars of EI contributions are lost because of ineligible or fraudulent payments. For more than 3 decades, Service Canada's Integrity Services Branch has investigated suspected fraud under the EI Act. As a result, $500 million in ineligible payments were discovered last year. But the EI system still lost hundreds of millions of dollars because of fraud. Recently in the House, the opposition have questioned and tried to stop the government's attempts to root out false employment insurance claims. You know, the only people who lose if the opposition stops us from auditing and getting rid of employment insurance fraud are the honest residents of Cypress Hills Grasslands who pay their premiums and who follow the rules. We will ensure the integrity of the employment insurance program even as our economy continues its strong performance. Until next month, this is David Anderson, Member of Parliament for Cypress Hills Grasslands.
A former resident of Swift Current is seeing his dreams come true on the big screen. We have more in this report.
The 85th Academy Awards have come and gone, with many big-name actors and directors taking home Oscars for their efforts. But it is David Cameron, a former Swift Current man that is making waves for his role on the feature film Life of Pi, that won the Oscar in the visual effects category. Cameron explains his responsibilities on the film.
On Life of Pi, I was working for a company called Moving Picture Company, MPC. They do a lot of large-scale visual effects, such as creating oceans and such as just creating massive particle objects. I was working with them as the head of data operations and render. What that allowed me to do is basically know how much space we had in our whole facility to be able to create this ocean that we were creating. There were really small settings, such as a spray cache, which would be like when two giant waves would crash together. They'd create this cache of particles that would spray up like you'd imagine water spraying up, because it's a super ultra realistic ocean. Anytime that would happen, it was a massive unknown variable, like how much. Sometimes it'd just be a little bit of spray, but sometimes the spray was so large it could possibly overload our storage and how much we actually had, and that was an unknown part of it.
Besides working on feature films, Cameron has also started his own animation company in Vancouver called Anime Studios Entertainment, which has been steadily developing since 2006. He started to see opportunities in this industry after networking with other co-workers on feature films, and realizing there was a pipeline of experts that were responsible for special effects in the industry.
I started to see the opportunity for developing my own projects. That's kind of where Anime Studios Entertainment came up, was that I started working with our other artists on this project I have called Beetlemex. And along the way, I sort of learned to draw myself. I picked up the skill, so to speak. I'm fairly proficient at manipulating images, and because of that, I was able to create this really dazzling sort of 40-page, illustrated book for my property. It wasn't just me, it was me collaborating with probably 8 or 9 other artists around the world.
Cameron is continuing to work on upcoming Hollywood films, as well as developing his animation studio. A success story that shows that with hard work and dedication, dreams can come true. For Southwest TV News, I'm Scott Armstrong.
Well, this wraps up another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at mylocaltv.ca. And be sure to follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.